Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. Tonight we are going for the very first alcohol-free sour. Which one is it? It is this one. It is the Big Drop Double Strike Sour. And it weighs in at 0.5% ABV, and it says on the side of the bottle that you've got 5 IBUs, so it's really not very bitter at all. You've got only 53 calories in the bottle for those of you who are watching the waistline. Your hops are listed as Magnum. And it says, it's a taste bud tickling sour with a clean white grape aroma, hints of fresh white bread and almost lemon curd-like sourness. A great gateway into the world of sour beers, and with its mouth-watering properties, an excellent aperitif. Store and enjoy chilled. Well, that's exactly what I've done. I've kept it nice and cold. There is a little bit of a sliding scale up here, which I'm going to show you. You've got the sliding scale between drum and bass and acid house, and it is firmly towards the acid house end of the spectrum. Now, I've got a bit of a history with Big Drop Pales. They tend to go a bit crazy and are very lively in the bottle. So I've got a towel to protect my lap. Hopefully we have none of those crazy shenanigans, but I've been burnt more than once on that one, so I'm coming prepared. So let's get it open and into a glass quickly. Hooray, it's not gone anywhere. Okay, so pouring into my Titanic goblet glass. The pour is really, really pale. Kind of expected, really. Leave it at that, shall we? Let's leave a little bit more for the photo in the end. So it's crystal clear, it's really pale, and it's very well carbonated, as most sours are. You've got a small white head, about half a finger at most, and they don't really hang around very long on sours anyway. But yes, it's crazy pale. Really, really pale. Crystal clear. And yeah, it looks a bit like pear juice, maybe apple juice that's been diluted a little bit. It says white grape aroma. Let's have a whiff. It does smell sour. It's got that sharp, effervescent thing going on. And I get where they're coming from with the white grape. It is a little bit like wine. But it has got that real sharp, pungent thing that a sour has. Yeah, it smells kind of like I expected it to. Zesty, sherbety, lemony, sharp. And yeah, let's go in for the kill. Cheers. So it is tart. I wouldn't call it sour. It's got that kind of sharpness that you get from perhaps an intense passion fruit, that kind of thing. There is a malt, like a biscuity malt sitting in the background. Didn't expect that. I was expecting that really sweet crystal malt type thing going on that you get with a lot of alcohol-free beers, but definitely not that biscuity thing. That's a pleasant find. It's really sparkly on the tongue. You've got a nice effervescence. It's not overpowering. A lot of the sours that I've had in the past have been really fizzy, but this is subtle, very subtle, to the point of you think it could do with a little bit more. And the more you drink it, the tartness is less and less prominent. There's not an awful lot of flavour at all, really. And the malt is prominent. There's a sharpness, like I said. It says lemon curd-like sourness. And hints of fresh white bread. Maybe, no. I'm not getting fresh white bread. Let's dump the rest in, just for fun. It's... yeah, it's quite bland. Not a lot of anything in particular going on. That said, the tartness is like a passion fruit. That fades the more of it you drink. Like I say, there's a biscuit malt that sits there in the background. Yeah. Ah, Well, there we are. So Big Drop Double Strike Sour. What do I think of you? Well, before we go to that, we're going to go to the Untapped Aid Memoir. And there it is. It's got 1,156 check-ins with an average score of 2.22. So that in itself is a little bit, it was a bit disturbing at the beginning. You know, it's really quite low. But based on the evidence of what I've just tasted, I can kind of understand it. So let's go on the 5 pillars of judgment. We've got the looks, the aroma, the body, the taste, and the finish. Well, the bottle looks all right. You know, it's kind of enticing, pink and green. You know, it stands out on the shelf or in the box. Oh, excuse me. The beer, it's pale. It's very pale. There's no appreciable head. There's no real carbonation rolling up the glass now. There was at the beginning, but that's all dissipated quite quickly. It could look better. Other sours that I've had in the past have been quite pale as well, so it's not kind of unexpected. It just could do with being a bit more. So I'm going to give it half on the appearance. The aroma, now it does say the white grape and hints of fresh bread. I kind of get a wine-like thing. Yes, I do. I'm going for the white bread. I'm not getting anything that could be kind of attributed to bread. No yeastiness, no kind of warmth, no sort of toasted aromas. Zip. It's not very appealing to me, so I'm gonna mark it down. Unfortunately, it's gonna get half again because it does have some of what it says, just not an awful lot of it. The body is light. It's effervescent. It's okay. It suits the style, but it could definitely be better. I'm going to give it 3/4 there. Taste, I'm not a fan. I'll be brutally honest. It's bland. It's really lacking oomph. The sourness that I hoped for wasn't really there. It's just more like a tartness, and it could just be better. But once you get past that bit of tartness and go 2 or 3 sips in, that pretty much disappears off the face of the planet, and then you're just left with not a lot. Bit of biscuity malt. Do I want that in a sour, or do I just want that lip smacking sort of puckering effect with some kind of really intense, sharp, fruity flavours? That's what I want. That's what I didn't get. Unfortunately, it's going to get a 0 from me on the flavour and the taste, which is a shame. I was kind of hoping for more. And the finish, like I say, I kind of want that lingering sourness. I'm getting none of it. And I want some of that fruitiness to continue as well. I get a little bit of sherbet, not a lot. And it's just quite a disappointment, really. I'm going to give it something because there is something I like on the finish, just not a lot. So I'm going to give it the 1/4, which gives it a grand total of 2 out of 5 on the old Untapped score sheet of joy, which, let's be honest, is not great. It could definitely do with a bit of something to lift it. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, we're at the point in the video where I'm going to say down there are some buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And do let me know in the comments section below if you've tried the Double Strike Sour from Big Drop and what you thought of it as well. So, on that note, I'm going to go and drink the rest of it, and I'll catch you later on. Bye.